We are rolling, 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 rolling. What? Rolling, 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 rolling. Hello, and good morrow, and welcome to another episode of What the Heck Am I Doing? Which is probably a title I should have used to call this show, really, because it makes a lot more sense and is a lot more apt. Yes. Hello to you. My name is Jay Taylor. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode, the second episode of Seek and Discuss, a show that I came up with not by myself because that would be lying, but a show that I decided to throw together where we talk about all things music. And just to clarify, it's not just Metallica related. I understand there may have been a little bit of confusion with my show name being obviously so close to that Metallica song, and I won't make that joke again because it wasn't funny the first time. But yeah, just because it's called Seek and Discuss, it's not all Metallica related. It covers all music and all genres, which I suppose could include pop and rap and everything in between. Although, you know, my extensive knowledge of pop music and rap music is not that great, if I'm honest. So it may stay more within the realms of rock and metal, or in today's video, nu metal, which I guess kind of does meld rap and metal together, because that's what nu metal was. Is it still prominent? Do people still know what it is? I don't know. I need a guitar pick. Show intro that's probably still going to sound bad because I haven't mic'd up the guitar again. Searching, seek and discuss. Yep. Now that that's out of the way, I really need to stop being lazy and set up a second mic, really, so that the guitar can be more prominent, or just in general come up with an entirely different show intro, because I it's the best I could do. I'm not really working to a budget here. I'm not sure why that was relevant. Limp Bizkit, we're talking about them today. Why? Well, mostly because I only had two other topics that I considered covering in today's episode, and for some reason I thought maybe this one would work the best for now, and we'll come back and maybe revisit the other ones at a later time. Maybe. I don't know. Limp Bizkit, do you remember them? Does anybody remember them? Does anybody listen to Limp Bizkit anymore? Do you like my hat? It's really good, isn't it? Limp Bizkit is Okay, Limp Bizkit is an American rap rock band from Jacksonville, Florida, if you didn't know. I did. It consists... I'm going to try that again. Its lineup consists of... You know, it's really important when you're doing a video podcast kind of thing, such as this. It's really important to be able to speak, to be able to use your words, and not trip up every 2 seconds. Because your brain is running at 100 miles an hour and you're trying to get everything out super, super fast. So I'm going to take a big, deep breath in and take this a little slower because apparently my ADHD is going into overdrive. Let's try that again. Limp Bizkit is an American rap rock band from Jacksonville, Florida. See, that wasn't so hard now, was it? Its lineup consists of lead vocalist Fred Durst, drummer John Otto, take him to the Matthews Bridge, guitarist Wes Borland, who is like a musical genius, in my opinion. He's great. Turntablist DJ Lethal, and bassist Sam Rivers. The band's music is marked by Durst's angry vocal delivery and Borland's sonic experimentation. That's certainly one word to describe Wes Borland. He is very eccentric, shall we say. But he is awesome. He's a really, really awesome dude. Borland's elaborate visual appearance, which includes face and body paint, masks, and uniforms, also plays a large role in Limp Bizkit's live shows. Yes, it does. And I particularly like his older style that he used to do in the late 90s and the early noughties. My favorite being on the My Generation music video. I loved his body paint in in that video. That look, the white face, the red body paint, and just looking like a sort of a zombie or something like that. And of course the black sclera lenses, which just accentuates the entire look. The aesthetic is just mwah, absolute perfection. I don't know. Don't ask questions. Just, yeah. The band has been nominated for 3 Grammy Awards, sold 40 million records worldwide, and won several other awards. It's quite an impressive resume, if you ask me. They've released 26 singles, the most notable of which include Nookie, Rearranged, Break Stuff, Take a Look Around, which of course was used in that Mission Impossible film with little Tom Cruise. Rollin', also used for retired ex-WWE superstar, The Undertaker. He's not ex-WWE, is he? He's just, yeah. That song. My Generation, which is a great song I absolutely love. It's probably one of my all-time favorites, actually, My Generation. My Way, which is another great track. I love the melody in that. And again, Wes's body paint in that music video was incredible. He had like this tribal design thing going on. And okay, I'll continue. Eat You Alive, which of course came from their 4th studio album, I believe it was, when they brought in guitarist Mike Smith to replace the then absent Wes Borland because he had left. In late 2001, I think it was, he broke apart from the band. And of course, their cover of The Who's 1971 single, Behind Blue Eyes, which, in my opinion, was actually better. I preferred it to The Who's version, with the only exception being just that midsection of Limp Bizkit's version, where they sort of used that spelling kid's toy, the LIMP, say it, discover, together, whatever it was. I can't remember exactly now. It's been a while since I've listened to that, but I really didn't like that little mid bit with that. It would have been better if they didn't add that bit in there, but it wouldn't be Bizkit if they didn't, throw some really random things in there. All of which have charted within the top 20 of the US alternative airplay chart. So basically, what we're saying here is they're very successful and everybody's heard of them. You would hope. Yeah. Why are we talking about Limp Bizkit today? Well, there is a reason. There is a reason that we're talking about Limp Bizkit today, and that reason is it came about after Wes Borland, the guitarist for Limp Bizkit. He's back in the band now, by the way. You probably know that already, but I did. Again, speaking. So the reason we're talking about Limp Bizkit here today is because of an article that I saw from Loudwire. Sorry. And they were asking the question, are Limp Bizkit now working on the follow-up to Still Sucks, which of course was their most recent album that they brought out last year, I believe, sometime in October, if memory serves me well. Limp Bizkit Still Sucks, and I did listen to that record, or rather, I briefly listened to that record after they released their single, Dad Vibes. And I'll be honest, I thought Dad Vibes was garbage. I did not like it. And their, Still Sucks album wasn't that good either. It didn't sound anything like the first, 3 records of Limp Bizkit's material that really, for me, was the, it was very prominent in my teenage years. Like the first song of Limp Bizkit I think I heard was Nookie, all the way back in, 99. Yeah, I'm old. Shush. And every record from those first 3 records were amazing, and everything they've released since then has just been a bit meh, just not very good in my opinion. It just didn't feel the same. But music is subjective, I guess. Yes. So, of course, their first 3 records, $3 Bill Y'all, came out in 1997, and Significant Other came out in 1999, which was the second one, a lot more commercial sounding and more well-produced and polished, and was amazing. And then, of course, Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water in 2000, which was absolutely incredible, and, of course, had huge hits for them. Take a Look Around, Rollin', My Generation, My Way. It was great. And a song that I felt was really underrated, Boiler. I absolutely loved that song. It was so aggressive and heavy and just, yeah, that was probably my favorite song on that record. But My Generation still holds a good spot in my heart because, yeah, the music video was awesome. I don't know why. I just really liked it. I'm rambling again. You can see the problem with this being unscripted and me not following any sort of form of structure. It just leads to me rambling most of the time. So my apologies sincerely. So anyway, going back to where I was going with this, Loudwire asked the question, are Limp Bizkit now working on the follow-up to Still Sucks? And they are saying, and this all came about, by the way, after Wes Borland posted a photograph on his social medias on Instagram, saying that he was recording up at Rancho de la Luna studio today. And of course, yep, that sparked rumors that perhaps they are working on new material. So how does that make you feel? I ask you, the viewers, the subscribers, the people. I ask the people, how do you feel about the idea of another Limp Bizkit record? Are you excited? Is it still cool to like Limp Bizkit? Or rather, is it still cool to dislike Limp Bizkit? I don't know. Nu metal's kind of not really that prominent anymore. I think it kind of died out a while ago. Yeah. It's an odd one, isn't it? Is a new Limp Bizkit album the follow-up to 2021's comeback from the notorious rap rock crew Still Sucks already in the works? That's the question Metal Injection asked this week in light of recent online exchanges between the band's Fred Durst and Wes Borland. As Borland showed on Instagram on December 14th, he's currently recording something at the storied Rancho de la Luna in Joshua Tree, California. The studio is best known to rock fans for its connections to Queens of the Stone Age and other related acts. In response to the guitarist's studio photo and thereby stoking the fire of new album speculation, Limp Bizkit vocalist Fred Durst commented on the post with some supportive emojis. Emojis. The singer frequently leaves emojis such as lightning bolts and flames on other Instagram posts, but could his comment on Borland's point to new Limp Bizkit material emerging from Rancho de la Luna? That may or may not be the case, since Borland often records material outside of his role in Limp Bizkit, namely with his bands such as Blacklight Burns and Big Dumb Face, which, if you don't know, are two of Wes Borland's side projects. Big Dumb Face is comical. I quite enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the first record that he brought out in, 2001, 2002? Duke Lion, something or another. I have that record somewhere. I have to hunt it out and listen to it again. Or I could just do what every other person in the world does these days and just use Spotify. However, there's reason to believe Borland is working on Limp Bizkit stuff at the studio. In an interview earlier this year, the guitarist showed hopefulness for another Limp Bizkit album, outlining a rough timeline that would align with the Rancho session. And he went on to say, Borland that is, now that Still Sucks has kind of cleared our pipes, I feel that the camaraderie and creativity within the group is at an all-time high, Borland said in April. I wouldn't be surprised if a new album is in the works shortly after our 2022 touring concludes. Anything is possible. So I asked the question to you. Does a new Limp Bizkit album sound like a good idea? They kind of didn't release anything for, 10 years? I think Gold Cobra came out in 2011. And then, we didn't, that happened. And then we didn't really hear or see of them for 10 years before they then came out with Still Sucks. But I don't feel like that Bizkit have really released anything of any. They just, in my opinion, they just haven't released anything noteworthy since Chocolate Starfish. It's a shame because I was a big Limp Bizkit fan in my teenage years. They were a prominent part of my teenagehood. Is that a word? I'm using it anyway. They were, they were prominent in the early noughties, and yes, I remember, listening to a lot of Limp Bizkit and having posters on my wall and flags and all sorts of, other merchandise that I found in various places. And I was a big fan. Mostly I was very, very, biased. I was mostly a fan just because of Wes Borland, and then after he did leave in 2001, I kind of went off of them, and probably a good reason too, because everything they released without Borland sucked. So, yeah, there's that. Or at least, again, in my opinion, I didn't like it. So yeah, are Limp Bizkit recording a new record, and is it a good thing if they are? Well, I don't know, because if Still Sucks is anything to go by, and again, that was a record I didn't really enjoy. I just couldn't get into it. I didn't like the vibe. I didn't like the music. There was no standout song for me, really. I'm not even claiming to have given it a proper listen either. It was really kind of, maybe I should give it another try. Maybe. I probably won't, but, the rational side of me is saying maybe you should, just so you can actually, really give it a chance. But I didn't even like Gold Cobra that much. So yeah, maybe it is okay to not like Limp Bizkit these days. I don't know. So yeah, are Limp Bizkit coming back with a new album, and should we care about that? Use the comments down below. Let me know. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think, like, if Limp Bizkit were to release a new album, what would it sound like? Would it sound like their latest record, Still Sucks? Or would they go down more of their, first three records, which of course we can only hope for, at least this guy does. I think it might be safe to say that Limp Bizkit may have been like the Marmite of the music industry in the late 90s and the early 2000s. You either loved them or you hated them. I think there wasn't much middle ground that I remember or that I recall from being a fan of Limp Bizkit. Yeah, you either liked them or you hated them. Is that still the case now? I don't even know anymore. And obviously, when Limp Bizkit came back onto the scene, last year, everyone was obviously talking about Fred Durst and his hair, his look, the way he looked. Was it his real hair? Was it a toupee? Was it a hairpiece? Was it a wig? I'm absolutely convinced and completely confident that is a hairpiece. It's a wig. It's not his real hair. I don't know. Did that ever get proved? I haven't really been following the news on Limp Bizkit, so I don't actually know. But he looked ridiculous. But I guess that's it was a change. It was a move away from the famous Yankees cap that he would always sport. So there you have it. Are Limp Bizkit coming back with another album? Are they going to do a follow up to that Abomination? Still Sucks. I really didn't like it. I might give it another try. Maybe, I don't know. You can possibly convince me to do so. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. But if they are making a new record, I will, of course, check it out. I imagine it'll probably come out next year if they are. But this is all speculation because nothing is proven. Nothing is set in stone. They've not said, yeah, we're definitely working on a new record. But, I ask you, the people, once more, are you excited about the idea of a new Limp Bizkit record? Do you even care? Are they even still relevant? I don't know. I don't think they're as prominent or as relevant now as they were back in their heyday. But hey, there's always... This is what I love about music. You can... music is awesome. And yeah. That's it. Music is awesome. I'll get better at this. I'm only 2 episodes in. I'll get better at this, but you can kind of see where we're going with it. Searching, seek and discuss. This has been Seek and Discuss. I have been Jay Taylor. I thank you very much for watching this rather random and somewhat unexpected episode. Excuse me while I beat up my acoustic guitar. I've had fun today talking about Limp Bizkit, even though I didn't feel like I really brought anything significant. Significant other? To the conversation at hand. It's nearly Christmas. Thank you for watching. I will be back again soon for another episode of So You Can Discuss. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to wrap this up now. You can subscribe to the channel if you so wish to. It goes a long way in helping me out, and I thank you for it. You can like this video if you, of course, enjoyed it. And it tells me and tells YouTube that this is good. Keep doing this kind of content. You can also watch any of my other videos right here on this channel that are, music-based. And, okay. Yeah. Oh, and hit that notification bell too so that you get notified every time I release something new. Like this. Okay, I'm going to go now because I've run out of things to talk about. See you in the next one.